Alright, so today we're adding and subtracting complex numbers. So a complex number is a number that has a real part and an imaginary part. So the imaginary part has an I and the real part doesn't. So 5 minus 2i, that's a complex number because it's got two pieces to it. So recall that when you combine like terms here, when you combine polynomials, you only can combine things that are alike. And that's the same thing with complex numbers. So if we do this one, we combine 4x squared, the 5x and the negative 5x and the negative 7x, and the 7 and the negative 10. And we get this. With this one, you recall this, when we subtract, we change the sign of everything going next to it. So it becomes negative 2x squared plus 5x plus 8. And we combine our like terms again. I know that seems silly, but that's, part of today's lesson with complex numbers also. Right, so when we combine like terms, this is it. I mean, this is a complex number right here. So when we combine them, you just combine the like ones. So you can line them up like this. 8 and 3 is 11, and these two cancel out. So if I combine these two, I just get 11. With this one, we got a minus sign, so we distribute that through, and it becomes negative 3 plus 3i. Same deal here, we're left with a 2. Those cancel out. Pretty exciting. All right, when we work on here, this is subtraction, so it's negative 6 minus 7i, so it's 1 minus 5i. Same deal here, we distribute through. So that's how we write our answers. Pretty exciting. So here we don't have radicals. This should have had a negative on it. Hopefully I'll fix that. It should have been radical negative 49, or else this doesn't work. So we have to reduce first. Most of these are perfect squares because we're dealing with complex numbers here. Remember, negative under the radical, that becomes an I. The square root of 36 is 6, so this is 6i. This is 2 minus 6i. And this is 4. That's a negative 49. And the square root of 49 is 7. So that is minus 7i. Now we just combine our like terms. There we go. Same deal for this one. This changes here. This is what I always do first. Makes me feel good. And then that's an I. Yeah, I knew that. There we go. So the square root of 16 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Those combine. This is subtraction, so we change the signs of all these. Negative 4 plus 12i. And when we combine them, we get 1 plus 3i. Alright, try these two and see how it goes. Right, here's the first one. 14 minus 26i. You just have to remember that when you're doing this, change that negative 4, make it a I radical 4, take the square root of 4, we get 2, here we get 10, and these two things get multiplied together. The square root of 4 is 2, times 3 is 6. So then 10 times 2 is 20, we combine them and we get this. This was another typo here. That should have been positive. Hopefully I fixed it before I actually, whatever. So this should be plus 16i with an I here, excuse me. So when we do this one, it's 3 minus 2i times 8 minus 3 minus 4i times 4. So this is 3 minus 16i minus 3 minus 16i. So that is, we change the signs, we distribute that negative through. 0. Alright, have a good day.